Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this November the 21st, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Tuesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Tuesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Wednesday and your Thanksgiving Day forecast. We'll be talking about that in today's video. Also, we're going to take a look at the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar because we got a lot of showers and storms moving into the upstate, which will be moving into the central Midlands sometime in the next, probably the next few hours to come. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory map, also the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm reports that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to take a look at the National Hurricane Center on the two little tropical systems in the tropical Atlantic. We'll talk about that in today's video as well. So stick around to the entire video. Do not miss a beat of this forecast. Also, if you know anybody that want to join the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel, send them on over. And if everybody could, if you know any family, friends, relatives, or neighbors, or anybody that want to join my channel, send them over. Love to have them. All right. Well, that pretty much covers the intro. Let's move on into the forecast now. We're about to start off with your Wednesday forecast, and let's go ahead and dive on into it. All right. As you can see here, we got quiet conditions over southeast, south, and southwestern portion of Canada, in the port of Washington State, also over in port of Montana, through the Dakotas, all the way back through port of Wyoming, Utah, over toward California, Gulf of California, northern central Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, over toward Alabama, back into Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, portion of Wisconsin, and the Great Lakes region as well. Also a little bit over in Newfoundland, also in the port of New Brunswick. Alright, we got some shower activity along coastal areas of Washington, Oregon State, Northwest California. Mixed precipitation over here around Seattle, Vancouver, Canada. Also down in Oregon, portion of Northeast California, Northern Nevada, all the way over into Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, and Southern Canada. More mixed precipitation over here in portion of Western North Carolina, all the way into New York State, all the way into portion of Maine, and portion of New Brunswick as well. We have some freezing rain possible in portion of New York State, Vermont, also in the portion of Maine and New Hampshire, and also right along the U.S.-Canadian border. We have shower activity up here around portion of Ohio, back down in West Virginia, northeast Tennessee. Same in the Georgia and the Carolinas, all the way up into Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, up toward Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and on off into the coastal waters of the northeast U.S. Some showers and storms ahead of that front, extending from the Outer Banks of North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, back down into the Gulf of Mexico, Florida, and also in the coastal waters area of the Atlantic Ocean. All right, all of this activity is for your Wednesday, November 22nd. All right, here's your Thursday forecast, Thanksgiving Day. As you can see here, we got quiet conditions over southeast Canada, also back down into portions of southern Canada, southwestern areas of Canada, through portion of Washington State, Oregon, California, down to the Gulf of California, central and northern Mexico, also through Texas, back over toward Alabama, Georgia, Florida Keys, Bahamas, Cuba, all the way back up toward New Jersey, Delaware, Washington, D.C., up toward Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, up to portion of Maine as well. Shower activity up here in portion of northeast Maine, all the way back into the coastal water, portion of New Brunswick. Got some mixed precipitation in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York State, back over to the Great Lakes region, northeast Michigan. Also up toward Ottawa, Toronto, Canada, and Montreal area. Shower activity down there in portion of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and Gulf of Mexico. This will move into the area on Friday. Alright, we got snow flying over in southern Canada, back through Montana, all the way down into Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota. Heavy snow may be over portion of Nebraska, South Dakota, well, southwestern South Dakota, that is. Much of Wyoming and portion of Montana. Mixed precipitation of Idaho, Washington State, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, and also in the portions of Colorado as well. All of this activity is for your Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, November 23rd. Alright. Here's a look at the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar. As you can see, we got a line of showers and storms up here near Hickory, North Carolina, toward Lexington, North Carolina, extending down towards Charlotte, just west of you guys, down toward Rock Hill, South Carolina, a little bit over towards Fairfield County, South Carolina, that main line's moving through up here just east of Greenville, Spartanburg, back down toward Greenwood. You're going to get in on some of that activity, extending back down toward central Georgia as well. All of this activity will continue to move east, so Lancaster, Camden, Columbia, Orangeburg, Aiken, Barnwell, Bamberg, you included, Walterboro, Sumter, Sherrall, Darlington, Florence. This activity will continue to push on off to the east. It should be in here in the next 3 to 2, I'm going to say next hour to midnight. Should be moving into this region as well. And then it's going to kind of hang up, and some of that moisture from Georgia will kind of ride along that front. And we expect a messy commute on your Wednesday morning. By Wednesday afternoon, the sun should begin to slowly come out, but I'm still expecting scattered showers possible during the afternoon. All right, now here's a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. All right, you can see in the Northeast we got the winter weather advisory from Maine all the way back through New Hampshire, Vermont, also back into New York State. Got some special weather statements there as well. Some wind advisories also in effect for western New York State. Coastal flood advisories up here around Rhode Island, Delaware, New Jersey. We got storm warnings, small craft advisories extending from Maine all the way down to the east coast of Florida. Same over here from Panhandle, Florida, back to East Texas. Or southeast Texas, eastern Mexico. Same over here from California all the way to Oregon and Washington State. We have small craft advisories and gale warnings there as well. Alright, winter storm watches have been posted for you guys in ports of South Dakota, Wyoming, also in Montana. Also winter weather advisories there as well from Montana and Idaho. High wind warning to the north. Special weather statements in portions of Wyoming as well, and a high wind warning there as well. And also we got some air quality alerts for you guys there in Oregon and Northern California. And also we have a look like we got a, let's see, what is that there? Okay, a beach hazard statement for you guys there in portions of Oregon, and a wind advisory there for Southern California. Alright, for Alaska we got a winter weather advisory for central coastal areas. Still got that small craft advisory, gale warning, and also that freeze and spray warning to the west. We have storm warnings on the south side of the Hawaiian Chain Island, and small craft advisory for the remainder of the islands. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center overview. As you can see here, we got some shower activity over toward Washington State, and also back to moving into Oregon. That activity will continue to move into that region. Showers and storms extending all the way up here from the northeast United States, from New York State, all the way back down into the Gulf of Mexico, and also down into Alabama. You see the slight risk area down here, marginal risk elsewhere in the darker green from the Panhandle, Florida, all the way to southeast Virginia and eastern North Carolina. Alright, you can see a little bit better like this. General thunderstorms in the lighter green, but like I said, marginal risk in the darker green, slight risk in the yellow. We do not have no current watches, MDS discussion. Watch unlikely, but it could be some severe thunderstorm down in that slight risk area. Storm report that came in this afternoon. We had one tornado report and one high wind report. The tornado report came in from down here in southern Alabama. Also, wind report was southwestern portions of Pennsylvania. Would not be surprised to see a few more maybe added to this list as we continue to roll forward. And take a look at the fire weather. No areas of fire weather to discuss. Alright, let's move on to the tropics. Alright, as you can see here, this system here has a 0% chance of development over the next 2 days and 7 days. Shower and thunderstorm associated with a weak low pressure over the central Caribbean Sea has diminished since yesterday. Nearby dry air is forecast to prevent any additional development of this system as it moves slowly westward during the next couple of days. So, like I said, we ain't going to have to worry about that at all. Now, the one we may have to watch is this one, but it may head on over toward the Azores later on down the road. Alright, central tropical subtropical Atlantic, an area of low pressure is expected to develop along the frontal boundary over the central subtropical Atlantic within the next day or two. I'm going to say two. They say it's so, but I say maybe next day or two. This non-tropical low is forecast to move southwestward across the central subtropical Atlantic over the warmer waters sea surface temperatures during the next few days. Environmental conditions could allow a system to gradually acquire tropical or subtropical characteristics. A subtropical or tropical storm could form by the latter part of this week or the weekend as the system turns to the northeastward or northeastward by the weekend. Alright, it has a 20% over the next 2 days and a 60% chance over the next 7 days. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video, so have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening, folks.